appetizer natin today is called salmon roulade. Salmon roulade is basically like a roll, or like a lumpia, but eventually it's all more like a European dish. So what we're going to do is make a European-inspired dish, but at the same time, I'll give you some tips on how to Filipinize it or make it easier to do at home. So ang gagawin natin ngayon is we're going to make a roulade. Over here, very important, is a nice piece of boneless, skinless salmon. We season it very, very well, and then we lightly pan-fried it or seared it on both sides for just 5 seconds para pumapit yung seasoning natin at lumabas yung lasa ng salmon. What I'm going to do now is make our filling for the roulade. So over here I have some curly parsley and some dill weed. So I'm going to put the same amount of curly parsley and dill weed together. I'm going to put some sprigs of thyme, actually some leaves of thyme. I'm just going to go through that really quickly. Tapos, we're going to get your favorite local cheese. And okay, pwede na po siya. So once this is done, I'm going to set that there. Okay, pero balik tayo dito. I'm getting now the puff pastry. Kung ayaw nyo gumamit ng puff pastry, okay lang. Pwede kayong gumamit ng lumpia wrapper. That should do well. Just make sure you make it thick. Maybe 3 layers of lumpia wrapper. Gagawin ko now, I'm going to put the salmon on one end, get our cheese and herb mixture, and put it right beside the salmon. And then comes the fun part. We're going to roll it just like we roll sushi. Okay? Make sure it's nice and tight. You can compress the cheese, just don't press the salmon. Okay? One last roll. As we cut. So ang gagawin natin ngayon, we'll seal these ends like this. And then cut off the excess. Now, kung meron kang excess pastry, what you can do also is decorate this with leaves and lines, or crisscross lines, or whatever you want to do if you're going to serve it cold. But since we're going to slice it later on, I find no need to decorate it anymore. Okay, so ngayon, piprituin na natin to. So we're going to go over there to the stove. Okay, so dito meron tayong oil, and we're going to actually deep fry this just until the color gets nice and golden brown. The pastry just goes very fast, in like 3 minutes. We're just going to wait for that to color and then fry. So let me use a spoon to help me out here. Okay, now that this is almost cooked, alright, tapos, next thing that I'm going to do now is get our mango beurre blanc. Our mango beurre blanc is our sauce for this. And a beurre blanc is French for a butter sauce. Now, usually, fruits are not added, but since this is a healthy episode, I wanted to add as much nutrients as possible. My style of cooking for nutritious is not really low fat, no sugar, or what have you. It's nutritious food. Lots of vegetables, lots of fruits, lots of the naturally good stuff. So that's what we're trying to do now. So, gagawin ko yun. So here I have some white wine vinegar. Put just a little. Some white wine also. Just a little. Anong mangyari dyan, nalagay ko siya dito. Papa-reduce ko siya ng konti. Then over here, I have some mangoes. Now, what I'm going to do with the mangoes is just basically dice them. I-add natin siya dyan mamaya kasi puree natin to. Right? Okay, so now na reduce na natin ang white wine natin saka white wine vinegar. We're gonna put in our mangoes. And then I'm gonna put in a few chunks of butter. And just let that melt. Okay, so basically yung ginagawa ngayon, I'm gonna puree it. And a little at a time, I'm going to add the butter. The butter flavor and the mangoes will actually blend to make a nice sauce. It's going to be creamy, but it's also going to be fruity because of the combination of the two ingredients. And I think it's just perfect. It's a beautiful sauce for salmon because the salmon's very rich, so we want this. It complements it in its richness, pero at the same time, nakuha na siya dahil fruity siya. So yun, okay na tayo. Ganda ng kulay, di ba? That's because of the butter. And then I'm going to have our last ingredient. Our ingredient rather is our honey. Okay. Looks good. Masito na tayo. So what I'm going to do now is get our roulade here. Then we start the plate. Pero bago lahat, tikim muna. Okay. Some salt and pepper will complete the sauce. So tama na yung consistency niya. Just mix that in. Okay. And now the plating begins. We'll just get the freshest leaves possible. So that, minute plating na lang tayo dito. We're just gonna stack all the arugula in the center and then dress it. And then sprinkle a few of the dressing also. And there you have it. That's your salmon roulade with arugula salad and mango beurre blanc. It's nice and nutritious. There's fruit, there's protein, omega-3 fatty acid, and there's also nice and lettuce. So I'm sure this is going to be healthy and eventually also make them sexy. So there it is. An easy way to pound chicken breast is to put them in between plastic wrap like cling film about 3 inches apart and then pound them with the bottom of a heavy saucepan, skillet, or simply a meat mallet. After this, your chicken breast will be pounded perfectly. This next dish will definitely feed your appetite but not bloat you out. Figure out the way to enjoy your healthy food without sacrificing its unforgettable taste. I'll show you how with a classic yet very special low-fat clubhouse sandwich. That's coming up next.